HDMR320 of Digital Marketing 3. I hope you can see my screen.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we have just done competitor benchmarking. Before we did competitor analysis, where we spoke about the rules and the nature of competition. Now, we need to have an exercise. So we are continuing with competitor analysis, and our objectives are still the same. We are just evaluating the techniques for reviewing the importance of competitors as part of the development of digital marketing strategy. So realize that when coming up with a digital marketing strategy, one or the other, you need to have a look at what your competitors are doing. Because if you don't have a look at what your competitors are doing, you might end up not knowingly copying what they are doing. Then as you are copying what they are doing, obviously you end up losing your own taste as a brand. Or you might end up doing something that has already been done by them. So that's other reason that why we need to evaluate, to analyze the competitor. So we spoke about these things, guys. The reason why I'm mentioning them, we're going to do an exercise. So we're going to apply this to Shein website. So these are the things that we had a look at. We say that we can set a benchmark based on internal capabilities, based on different aspects of customer life cycle. We can also look at qualitative to quantitative assessments. We can look at in-sector and out-of-sector. We can look at financial to non-financial, as well as user experience. So now we need to bring this to reality, because teaching you guys digital marketing and talking about theories without actually applying it to reality is not cool at all. Digital marketing is a practical subject. It has to be something that relates with you guys in the world. You are going to be doing this if you decide to work in the field of digital marketing, or you are going to have your own companies where you will do branding around digital marketing. So I'm quickly going to swap screens. I don't know, you guys, if you can see my screen.
Yes.
All right, so we are looking at Shein. Are you guys familiar with Shein?
Yes.
Yes.
Or is it your first time hearing about it? How do you pronounce it? Is it Shein or Shein?
I just say Shein.
It's
Okay.
Shein.
All right. Do you have accounts with Shein, or you just know about its existence?
I have an account.
Have you bought on Shein?
Yes, I have.
Okay. All right. At least you can relate. So, guys, you see, the moment I went to Shein website, it gave me a welcome notification, a welcome pop-up in terms of promotions if I'm a new user. Can you see that?
Yes.
And those promotions are time sensitive from 13 March to 20 March. And they are for different amounts for orders. Okay. So you need to take note of this. And what happens if I close? If I close, there's something else. This one is for shipping. They're giving me 44 Rand for free shipping. They're saying free shipping. Okay. All right. Let me hide this. It's hidden. So that's the Shein page. So let's talk about the internal capabilities of Shein website. The resources, do you think they've got enough resources to run this website?
They have more than enough. In fact, sometimes I think they have too much. It's quite overwhelming.
Okay. So from just having enough, they now are like outdoing it. It's too much. All right. Okay. That's the first one. Then the second one. Do you think customers would come back to buy at Shein?
Yes, I
And
think
what
so.
is the reach? What is the reach of Shein based on your uh, digital presence? How many times do you come across their adverts, or do they use influencers? How do they market their brand?
They market their brand through influencers. They market their brand. Shein is literally everywhere. For example, on games, if you have a Candy Crusher game,
Mhm.
when it goes to adverts, Shein pops up literally every day. I have another sword game. Shein pops up everywhere. Shein is there. On social media, Shein is there. So it's everywhere.
All right. Then let's look at quality versus quantity. Do you think Shein has got quality stuff?
Definitely not.
Definitely not. Okay.
Yes.
All right. But in terms of their pricing, can we get things in bulk?
Yes.
Okay. All right. What else can we look at there? Okay. Financial and non-financial measures. So their prices, are they real or they are deceiving? Let's go to
The
the price.
the prices are real for the quality they are giving.
Okay. So you wouldn't see something written 50 Rand. Then the moment you go to the cart, it's now 75 rands.
With my purchases, I've never experienced that. So with the prices have always been real with me.
All right. Then let's look at in-sector. So in-sector is those that Shein directly compete with. Let's compare them with Wish, because we spoke about Wish last week. So when you look at Wish, which is a global company, and Shein, also a global company, they all sell clothing. Which one do you think has got a competitive advantage?
I think Shein, because they've got the influencer market,
Mhm.
and yeah, their interface is just so much better than Wish as well. So I think in terms of usability of their site, uh, it's it's more seamless than Wish.
Okay, out of sector, let's look at Superbalist, because this one is a local one. So when you are competing Shein and Superbalist, internal capabilities, which one do you think has got better resources to manage their site for good customer journey and customer experience? Guys, do you know Superbalist, right?
Yes. But I
Oh,
think in terms of what internal capabilities, Superbalist, because it's local, I think they have more capabilities.
what about quality?
Quality definitely way better. They sell real products, from stores that we know like H&M and Cotton On and Steve Madden. So we know the quality of those items are wonderful. So definitely good quality stuff.
All right, then let's move on to user experience. If you were to navigate on Shein website here and you navigate on Superbalist, which one do you think has got good you can have a good experience when using their platforms, be it an app, be it the website?
I think Superbalist, personally.
Okay, let's hear of Nolo. Which one do you think has got a
I,
competitive?
okay,
Pardon?
sorry, sir. Yes, you can continue.
What about deliveries, shipping? Which one is better? Because that's an internal capability as well.
Okay, so I wanted to mention something.
All right.
I feel like with how do you pronounce it? Superbalist.
Mm-hmm.
I think with it, to be honest, I feel like it has. I know it sells both male, female, children as well, but I feel like it has a certain target market. And with Shein, it literally covers everyone. With Superbalist, for example, I have never even opened a website of Superbalist. It's my first time today.
Mm-hmm.
And students, they hardly open Superbalist. I think firstly it's because
You are
it's
broke.
expensive. You're not broke. It's expensive. It's
Okay.
expensive, and also
Mm-hmm.
the branding around it. They make it seem like it's for like working women or men. You get it? But with
Okay.
Shein, it literally covers everyone. It has, and also it looks very old. So that's what I'm saying. I feel like it has to it a woman, an adult, a mom kind of vibe, superbalist. But with Shein, it has plus size. So it has the one that covers for everyone, old people, middle people, kids, varsity students. So I feel like I would prefer Shein more, and I feel like it's a bit more advanced.
Okay. One man's meat is another man's poison. And I always
True.
come across this, especially when it comes to you guys. The things that you say and the things that the full-time marketing students say are completely different, as if you're not from the same generation. For example, we're talking about Wish. You know, students of the full-time, the things that you guys said were completely different. Even with this one, most students during the full-time lessons, they would prefer Superbalist than Shin. They gave many reasons, the one being shipping. So they say that with Shin, you actually need to know and to be prepared to wait longer. So if you're going to get something, it can take about 30 days and stuff like that, and you have to pay customs and stuff like that, even though it's going to be affordable than Superbalist, as you are saying, of Nolo. But they still believe that Superbalist is reliable because it is national and its shipping can take even 2 days. You don't have to wait longer, especially if you are that kind of a person who can gain weight instantly or lose weight instantly. You order something on Shein, it's size 34. By the time you get it, you are now size 32 or size 36. I don't know if you agree with that or you feel like it depends. It's circumstantial.
100. I agree with what they were saying, but also I'm the digital side of it. First of all, I'm very much on social media. I've never seen um anybody being an influencer of Superbalist.
Mhm.
I can really go a month without even hearing about it.
Yes, that was also discussed.
Yes, so that's why I'm saying that Shein will probably get more customers because of their digital presence and how they market themselves digitally. Even though people will say, okay, because you can get it in 2 days, which is true, but I would still say that the presence and digital side of Shein is it has a bigger presence than Superbalist. And imagine
Okay.
this bigger presence. It's not even here in South Africa, but it has this big presence. But Superbalist is literally here, but you hardly even hear about it.
Mm. All right, let's hear Mohammed. Mohammed. How do you pronounce your surname?
Mohammed.
Mohammed. Okay.
Yes.
You said you're Catholic.
Yes. Yes.
Did you
I
convert to Catholicism, or you were born Catholic?
I was born Muslim, and
Sorry, I like asking personal stuff because I always want to
it's
have an
okay.
idea of people.
It's
Okay.
okay. My dad was Muslim, my mother's Catholic, and you know when
Oh,
the household splits, so I always wanted to be a Catholic girl as a child. So I said to my mom, I want to be Catholic, and then yeah, I was
okay.
Catholic.
But do you know
Yeah.
some Muslim stuff?
Yes, for sure. For
Okay.
sure. Yeah.
All right.
Yes.
You know, I always want to grow up on both worlds so that I can compare, just like with competitor analysis. Then I can see which one can work for me. Can being Muslim work for me, or being a
Yeah.
Catholic work for me? Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, you say that you want to marry someone who's probably Catholic, so you wouldn't want to marry your Muslim brothers.
I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind just as long as there's an understanding of, because there
Okay.
can be a coexistence between the two.
True.
Yeah.
Anyway, you never know where love is going to take you to. All right.
Exactly.
All right. Let's hear. What do you think about Superbalist and Sheen?
So personally, I love Superbalist because I love sneakers and they have a wide range of sneakers. In terms of delivery, they're very convenient because I think they have a collaboration with Take a Lot as well. So you can go to any one of the Take a Lot centers to go fetch your order, or they can deliver it to your house. So for me, it's very convenient. Shein, I have a good friend who loves Shein. More you order, the less your shipping or whatever will be. So it just depends. I guess it's each man to himself. But for me personally, Superbalist.
Okay, it's always good to have diverse ideas and viewpoints. Someone also mentioned something very interesting, and maybe it can corroborate with what Ogunole is saying. Maybe it's also from a pricing point of view. Someone mentioned that, with Shein, you can always find designer stuff, for example, but it will be no name. Then with Superbalist, you find many labels, like brands like Nike, Adidas, but you wouldn't find that on Shein. On Shein, you'd get something that is top designer, but not necessarily a brand label. Is that true?
I'm not sure, to be honest.
Can you
I
get an All-Star Converse on Shein?
I don't know.
No, I know you can't.
You can't, right? So it doesn't sell these non-brands like
Oh,
Adidas, Nike. Okay,
no, it doesn't.
all right. Surprisingly, guys, I have only known Shein for my senior Shein last year in class.
I think so. Have you heard of AliExpress? I think a competitor for Shein would definitely be AliExpress.
Yes, I've heard about AliExpress. I've heard about Alibaba. This global, especially those of Chinese origin, sometimes we just hesitate and stuff like that.
Mm.
And
AliExpress
there's
is
also eBay. How legit is eBay and AliExpress? Are those really legit?
AliExpress is very legit. It's bigger actually than Shein.
Okay. All right. You guys shop a lot. You shop more than us who are working. Actually amazing. All right. Now let's do competitor analysis for both. So we benchmark for both using Uber because that's their main competitor. So with Bolt, I don't have to open it here because it's an app that operates on the phones anyway. So do you guys have a Bolt account?
Yes, I do.
I don't. I've never heard of boats. What is boat? You guys tell me, please.
Bolt. The app.
Oh, Bolt.
Yes. So it's just that him there and there.
Oh, I heard it's dangerous. That's why I
Do
just
you
didn't
have a
even.
Bolt account?
No, I don't have a Bolt account.
My internet was okay. Have you guys used Bolt at some point? Because you
I
can
have,
have an account, they're not using it.
I have an account and I
You
use
have
it.
used
Yes, I've used it a lot.
okay. Razia, no one has ever requested for you.
No, I've heard so many bad reviews about
Okay.
Bolt.
Okay, that's interesting. All right. So we are going to look at bad reviews, but now let's start with their internal capabilities. What they are capable. Let's look at the app. Uber, I assume.
We lost you a bit there, so please repeat it.
I said, so you also have an Uber account, I assume.
Yes, I do.
Okay, Razia, do you have Uber account?
Yes, that one I do have.
All right. So let's start with Ovunolo because you've got both. So in terms of the applications, do you think Bolt has got better resources in terms of the GPS, the addresses and stuff like that than Uber?
No, no, I think Uber has better resources than Bolt.
Okay, so they are more agile than Bolt.
Yes.
Okay. Then what about the different aspects of life of customer life cycle? Do you think people are likely going to use Bolt more than they can use Uber?
No, people use Uber more than they use Bolt. And that's because of the main thing is the safety, like Razia was saying.
Okay. It's something that can be debated, but I get you guys. Remember, Bolt is affordable than Uber, right? Can we agree on that one?
Um, it used to be.
Okay.
It used to be. That's why I got it. Bolt used to be way affordable than Uber, but now
Mm-hmm.
for the past month, I've been using Uber more, and I'm realizing it's actually more affordable than Bolt.
Which one has got promotions frequently?
For me, it's Bolt. Like every time I request, I
Mm-hmm.
have 15% off every single time I request. So with Bolt, I saw they also introduced something like that, that at certain hours they scratch out the original price and then they give you less ones. That's why I'm saying that Bolt is a bit affordable now. Uber, sorry, Uber is a bit affordable now.
Okay. Because if Bolt was cheaper, I would I would tell you guys that customers are likely to go to Bolt than to Uber. Remember, you need to look at the social trends of the South African population. How many people can afford and how many people cannot? And when you look at the social structure of any society, those are top there, they will never compromise their safety for money. But those who cannot afford, they can always like, let me risk it because that's the only money that I have. So realize that if Bolt is affordable than Uber, even if it's not safe, people will take that risk because it's something that is related to their pockets. I don't know if I'm making any sense.
Yes, you're right.
Okay. So we spoke about safety. We spoke about the customer life cycle. What about the quantity versus quality? Uber definitely has got more quality.
For sure.
There's something that I realized with Bolt. I remember there was a time when I Bolt requested to go to Rosebank Mall. Sorry, guys, I disappeared for a while. I don't know if you can hear me now.
Yes, I can hear you now.
Yes, so there was a time when I requested to Rosebank Mall, and it says on that search, as you type, it gives you some keywords where you can choose. It was saying Rosebank Hillbrow. So I could not understand how come Rosebank Mall is now in Hillbrow. And I had to risk it and put Rosebank Hillbrow, and the driver who came took me to Rosebank that I was referring to. So I don't think it's accurate when it comes to GPS. So those who prioritize safety and convenience would definitely end up using Uber than they would use Bolt. Then financials. The prices, you guys, you said they're almost the same. What about the payment modes? Let's look at user journey.
The prices.
Can you pay with PayPal? Can you pay with cash on both? Which one is better when it comes to payments?
Hey, so with Bolt, I'm not sure, but I know Uber, you can connect your card or you can pay cash.
Okay.
With Bolt as well, you can pay with your card and pay cash. I think the one thing I don't like about Uber is that, for example, with Bolt, if it says your ride is 30 Rand,
Mm-hmm.
then when you get to your destination, it doesn't matter if you had traffic or not, it is 30 Rand. But
Mm-hmm.
with Uber, the prices change. If you took long in traffic, they're gonna charge you extra for that.
Oh, so they've got sort of algorithms that also check the length of the trip. So if the trip was supposed to be 15 minutes, if all of a sudden it's now 25 minutes, it's going to be more. Is that what you're saying? Excuse me, guys.
Yes. So for example, I pay with my card with Uber. So before
Mm-hmm.
the ride, let's say it's 30 Rand, they're gonna deduct the 30 Rand. But if there was traffic and I get to my place, they're gonna send me back my 30 Rand, and if it's 55 Rand, they're gonna take the 55 Rand. You understand?
Okay. All right. There's something very disturbing but quite interesting that I heard about Uber during the full time classes. So I would say it's some elements of racism. So if you've got a white name or a white surname, the trip value can be different to the one who use a traditional name. Have you heard about that, guys?
I have
Yes.
I've heard about
Is
it
it
too.
true?
I think so because I changed my name to Nicole, so I don't know.
It is true. I remember when it was trending. I think it was trending last year.
Mm-hmm.
And usually I would pay for where I was going. I'd usually pay like 70 Rand. I changed my name to an English name, but I started paying like 52 Rand. So I think, but now I don't know if it still works now.
Or
I
maybe
think
people
they found out.
raise those concerns.
I think now it's not like that anymore because I think people raised their concerns and Yeah, but all of that was trending, I think last year or 2 years ago. I'm not sure.
Okay. Yeah, these things, sometimes one person will realize it, then we realize that let me try it, then it happens, then it becomes coincidence. I don't know. But I was shocked to hear that Uber can actually do that. It means that you are segmenting customers, and if you've got a white name, then they actually need to demand more money from you. I don't know. What do you think, guys? Instead of having a cheaper price.
I don't
Racia, I
know.
was saying something and I missed it.
No, I wasn't saying anything. I was just, it's a sad state of affairs if that is
Okay.
really, really the case.
Yeah, but you cannot profile people based on their names because you can always mislead yourself.
Exactly.
Especially for people like you, Racia. Trust me, the moment I saw your name, I thought you're Muslim, and you tell me that you're Catholic.
Yes, yes. And then when people see me wearing a rosary, they get shocked.
So you cannot profile people based on their names and surnames. So if Uber is doing that, that can actually kill the competition. But anyway, I heard it from students. I didn't know about it. And Obonolo can also confirm. She tried it. So from now onwards, I'm going to call you Nicole.
Okay, that's my Caucasian name. You can go ahead.
I'm joking. All right, guys. So have you learned something from this exercise, guys? On how you can perform a competitor analysis using benchmarking.
Yes.
There are lots of aspects that you can also put there. You can even use the 5 porters, 4Cs. You can put them if you want. This exercise was just to show you guys how you can apply competitor analysis on certain brands. So are there any questions then?
No questions.
No questions.
All right, let's now move on to lesson 21.